Welcome to the Woolly Anecdotes podcast. I'm Jessica. It is June 12th. This is my third time trying to start this, so pardon all the awkwardness. I haven't done this in a year. It's pretty much an annual podcast because I am absolutely terrible at sticking with things. Like I've tried before. I've tried to do a podcast. I tried to do a blog, and I just can't be consistent with it. So this might be either really long or really short, depending on how quickly I go through all of the whips and acquisitions I've accumulated over the past year. So I don't know if you want some chat or just want to go straight to the knitting. So whatever, I'm gonna chat. I decided to do this today because during the summer my boss is like, sure, you can pick a day of the week off because we're really slow. I work at a university as an academic program coordinator, so our summers are they're not quick, they're slow. So she's like, you can pick a day off and use 4 hours of PTO, and the rest of the week just skip your lunches. So that's what I do. And this summer I chose Mondays to have a day off. And we are moving in a couple of months. We bought a house. It's a very crazy story. Like, it just boggles my mind because this housing market right now is insane. Like, it's absolutely insane because there isn't, what did our realtors say? Not inventory, but like there's not very many houses for sale compared to the number of people who are attempting to get a house. Earlier this year, I had a really bad day, and I just needed my husband and my son to just go away for a couple of hours. That sounds terrible, but so our Bible study, like every other week, they were doing a parenting class, and it was a Tuesday, and it was a parenting class. So I was like, I need you to go. So he went, even though he didn't really like the parenting class sessions. And they were talking about schools, sort of, or something like that. And our son is going to start kindergarten in the fall. And Tori got to thinking about it after that discussion. He's like, oh, maybe I don't want to send him to public school. Like, maybe we should send him to private school. So we found a private school. This does really, I swear. And so we're just going along our merry way. And the end of April, Tori sees a house on Realtor or Zillow or wherever he looks, because every once in a while he'll just randomly look, or he would. And he was like, oh, I really like this house, and he sent it to me, and I really liked it, and so we decided to actually go and look at it. And he applied for a mortgage. And these are things we've never done. We've seen houses we liked, and then we talk ourselves out of actually contacting someone to go and see them. I did once, but we didn't go because the realtor apparently the house really smelled, and he knew it, and he told us, so we didn't go. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we go and look at this house, and it's a nice house, but it is outside of our price range, and we don't make an offer on it. But Tori's like, well, we'll just keep doing what we've been doing, just randomly checking. And then he thinks about it, and he's like, you know what? Let's actually look. So he starts to look. No. Well, yes. And someone I work with, they love their realtor. So I reached out to her and we talked. And so this timeline is insane. So it's the last Friday in April is when we found the house, and that Saturday we looked at a house. And then the next Thursday, so the first Thursday in May, I contacted the realtor, and she and I met on a Friday, and we looked at a house on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Wednesday was the house that we really liked. We put an offer on it, and they accepted it. And the inspection came back really good. Like, obviously there's gonna be stuff wrong. It's like all fixable small stuff. And then the appraisal came back, and I was like so nervous about the appraisal. Like, I was the only one nervous about it. No one else could have cared. Like, nobody else was worried about it, and it came back and it was great. And so Friday, we closed. So now we have a house, and we're moving in August, and it's just crazy how quick it was. And yeah, like, I just can't believe it, because Tori has known someone at his job who's been looking for a house for over a year, and they've placed or put in so many offers, and we just got ours in a week. So yeah, I decided to do the podcast today because this might be the last time I do it in this house, condo, whatever. Another chat thing. You're probably skipping over this because I'm just randomly talking. Doesn't matter. Last Saturday, so a couple days ago, we went to see Taylor Swift. Like, what? It was like crazy because Tori got some text from Ticketmaster, and they were like, oh, we have limited tickets for $200. And he was like, okay. So somehow he got $200 tickets to Taylor Swift. Like, yeah, it was nuts. I've never been to a concert. It was interesting. It was really loud. If I'd known, I would have brought my earbuds and just stuck them in my ears the entire time. As it was, I had to plug my ears a lot of the time because people are just screaming. Like, the girl next to me, she was just screaming almost constantly. I was like, oh my gosh. At one point, she plugged her ears and screamed. I'm like, girl, why? Like, it doesn't matter what I think, obviously. She was having fun. It was probably like one of her dreams to go and see Taylor Swift. And so, like, I'm sure she was having the time of her life. For me, though, I was just like, okay, I'm here. It's entertaining. It's fun. Yeah, so that was nuts. And yeah, so it was a wild 4 days. Like, our anniversary was on Thursday. We've been married for 10 years, which is crazy. It doesn't feel like it was 10 years. It feels shorter than that. Yeah. And then Friday we closed, and Saturday we went to Taylor Swift concert. So, yeah. Yeah. So, now that that's done, bored with my life story, I have a ridiculous amount of things to go over. I have whips over here, which it's not even all of the whips, because half of my whips I feel like were gifts that I have already given away. And there's like yarn and notions and bags over here. It's a lot. So yeah, maybe I'll try and go quick. I don't know, maybe not. Okay, first thing, pseudo chronological ish. My number 2 pencil socks. I only have one. Like, I finished both of them and I've worn them, but the other one is in my dirty clothes, I think. Yep. So, nitpick stroll for all of this, and then the lead portion of it is Miss Bab's Tart in the Obsidian colorway. Pretty sure it's 64 stitches. Yep, I think I went off the pattern. And it was like a little story. So when I got to this part where you stop the ribbing portion of the sock before you start the heel, I was kind of worried about the numbers because it did not seem to me like it would be centered across the instep. I think that's what this is called, the instep. But I just followed the pattern and it was. So, alright. Yeah, they're fun. That's all I've got for these. And so remember, if you've gone back or if you've watched any of these before, you'll remember that I got a purple Find Your Fade. Well, I made it off of Knit Picks, their Hawthorne bases. And I made it. And where's the beginning? Is it? Yep. So here's this. I didn't write down the colors. If you really want to, I can put a link to my blog. Not blog. I don't know. Whatever. It's on my Ravelry. I'm Hortensia on Ravelry. So I accidentally, when I was making this, I accidentally switched two of the colors. I think, like, the order I wanted them to go in. I think it was this one and this one. But it actually worked out because I liked this color a lot and there's more of it since I switched them on accident. The only problem is it's scratchy, so I don't wear it. It's gorgeous and huge and lovely, but I don't wear it. It is, I know I said Find Your Fade, but it's by Andrea Mowry. So yeah, it's so big. Watch me get all, whatever. Can wrap it around twice. Yeah, it's just like tiny bit scratchy. I have like sensitive skin on my neck and upper chest, so if anything's remotely scratchy, it bugs the crap out of me. Oh, my hair's a mess. Whatever. Yeah. So that's that giant purple shawl. Excuse me, I just dumped my stuff on the ground. Okay, here, now I am going to the portion that are gifts, apparently. Wait, no. I'll do something else first. Okay, so my local yarn store, Woven Art, has an Instagram, which I follow them on Instagram. And sometimes they post, like, yarn combinations. And I'm like, yes, I need that. And this is one of those times. Casapinka did a mystery knit along last summer / early fall, and Woven Art participated. I guess they put kits together, and one of their kits was a Bala Hoya. It had, and this is the order that I used them, like the ABCD. Too Cool for School, I used 88 grams for that. Your Heating Heart, I used 73 grams of that. Just Pooling Around, I used 96 grams of that. And Daydream Believer, I used 44 grams of that. And it was very interesting. She released a clue every week for 6 weeks, I want to say, and it followed a storyline. It was like a cat trying to, it was kind of like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but the detective is a cat. I didn't really read the storyline, but, and she had like drink recipes in there, which was interesting. So anyway, and the construction was really interesting. You did it, what was it? You did up to here or something, I think, and then you put some stitches on hold, and then you knit one side of it, When we were done with that side, you went back and you picked the stitches up and you knit the other side of it. There is a lot of different texture in here. There's a lot. There's slip stitches and lace and stockinette and garter. It's really pretty. I don't think I'd knit it again. But I'm glad I did the mystery I wouldn't knit it again because it's complicated and you have to pay attention a lot. I like knits where you can just knit. But it's really pretty and I'm glad I made it, and the colors are just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, they're not super showing up very well. It's a brighter color than that. But it's so pretty. And I'm cold because our air is on. I don't know why, because it's like 60 degrees out. But so just gonna put this on. All right. Now is the gift knits portion. For Christmas, I made my nieces a lot of things. I made each of them 2 hats, fingerless mitts, and a cowl. I don't think I have pictures of well, I do have a picture of one of the cowls, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, the first one I did a sockhead slouch hat for them, and I made it matching. So one of my niece's favorite colors is this tealy, oh man, that's like very reflective-y. Oh well. This tealy color. And so I made them matching hats. It's a sockhead slouch hat. I did 120 stitches, 32 rows of ribbing. Yeah. They're really cute. The yarn is Supernova Dye Works, and their Gemma fingering base, and the colorway is Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. I don't know what that's from. I don't know. It almost sounds like an Alice in Wonderland type of thing, but who knows? And it's sparkly. You can't see it in this picture, but it is. So that's that one. Then I made them barley hats. So the barley hats, this cowl, and the fingerless mitts I did for one of my nieces. Her favorite color is lime. I used, where is it? Spun Right Rounds Classic Stock and the Parakeet Feet colorway. And I had, there it is. So it's got some lime in there. Yeah, it's cute. So for the barley hat, I held it together. So I held it double. Yeah. So there's her hat. And that one used, where is it? 56 grams. I forgot to say for the sockhead slouch hats, it was 46 grams. Wrong way. So for my other niece, her favorite color is that teal, like I said, like this. And when I had made this, she had noticed it and said she loved it. So I was like, I'll get some of that yarn and use it for her Christmas gifts. So here's her barley hat. It's Ba La Jolla in the Just Pooling Around colorway. And her hat used, excuse me, 73 grams. So that's cute. And let's see, I did the Birds and Ships cowl by Caitlin Hunter for them. The same yarn. I will say for that one, her gauge is, it's really loose, because I tried to use the recommended needle size. It was a size 4, and it was way too tight. I like got to a certain point, and I was like, this isn't gonna fit. It's too tight. It's not gonna go over anybody's head. So I went up a needle size to a size 6. Yeah. So one of the hats, the parakeet feet hat, cowl. Took 64 grams. And I did not put in my Ravelry notes how many grams the just pulling around hat took. So, sorry about that. The fingerless mitts. I used the Easy Fingerless Mitts pattern by Maggie Smith. I made a lot of them over like a month or two. I made two for my nieces. I made one for Remy. I made one for my sister-in-law because she loves fingerless mitts. And I made another one for me that I did not like because it was a little too scratchy. So I gave it to my boss because she wanted them. I was like, I don't want these, you? And she's like, yes. So yeah, so did I have a picture of those? I thought I did. I did, but I didn't bring it with me, or whatever you want to say. Yeah. I do have the ones I made for Remy. He has worn them a few times. He likes them, I think. They're pretty cute. Little tiny mitts. I think they fit me almost because I have tiny hands. Yeah, sort of. Not enough to like actually keep my fingers warm or anything, obviously, but. And I used Fiddle Knits Diatonic yarn in the Elven colorway. It took 30 grams. I did hold it double. Tori wants fingerless mitts in this colorway as well, which I have plenty of. So it's probably like 70 grams here. I am going through these pretty quick. All right, the next one is the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits that I made for myself. Finally made myself a pair of mittens. And they're too big. Like, way too big. Yeah, it's so pretty. I used Malabrigo Rios in the 416 Indiecita colorway. It's really pretty. It's purple and green and blue. I don't remember why I made them this long, but I did. They're kind of a little big. They sort of fit, like they go up to here, but around here is kind of loose. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about these. They're mittens that I made for myself. Okay. There's those. And next, my office sweater, which I don't have. I took it out of my closet and didn't bring it out here, so maybe next time. Whoops. All right. Violet Waffles hat for myself by Haldora J. I used Wee Chickadee Wool Co. Squashy DK in the Mermaid's Tail colorway, 65 grams. It is so pretty. And this pom-pom is from Barrett Wool Company. You can snap it on and off, which is fun. Yeah. It's so pretty. That colorway, like, it's not showing up quite as pretty as this is. It's a little brighter than that. It's just so pretty. Ah! And I made one for Tori because I had made him a hat and I went off the stitch count of a pattern and it did not work because it was a patterned hat, but I just did the stitch. That does not work, guys. It doesn't work. Don't do that. So I had to pull it out and redo it. Oh my gosh. I don't think I brought it either. What the heck? Oh, no, I did. I'm sitting on it. So this is also We Chickadee Wool Co. in their Squashy DK, and this colorway is Crater Lake. Again, it is much more bright than that. Yep. This one she writes the pattern and it's one size, I believe. So I did an extra repeat. And I should have done 2 extra repeats because it's still, Tori has a big head. And it's still small. It'll stretch out. I think it will be fine because it'll stretch out for him. But right now it's a little tight. Okay. I showed this yarn last time and I actually made what I said I was going to make with it because most of the time that does not happen. Most of the time I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this with this yarn, and then I don't. This time I did. This is Katie's Shawl in the Flock Fibers Studio Blueberry Girl colorway and Wonderland Yarns and Frabjous Fibers Cheshire Cat yarn and the Shillings and Pence mini skein set, I guess. Fade set. So it starts here and it goes all the way over here like this, and it's so pretty. I don't know how, but these blues just go absolutely perfectly with this purple/blue colorway. Like, absolutely perfectly. Some of the blues in this colorway are exactly the same as some of the blues in the mini set. And I had enough yarn. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's so pretty. Yeah. There's that one. Okay. Now that craftily dyed yarn that I showed last time, a picture because I didn't have the actual skeins yet, I said I was going to make a different t-shirt with it that had lace all over the back. And it came time to actually make the shirt. I chose a different shirt, different pattern. I don't remember what it was. And it had a lot of texture on the yoke. I did not like the texture. Like, it was gorgeous, but it was taking way too long, and I was like, I can't do this. So I ripped it out and decided to make the Scrappy V by Jamie Hoffman without the scrappiness of it. I knit a size 3, and I think these are the needle sizes. I didn't look. I used a 3 and a 5. My gauge was not on gauge with the pattern. It was 22 stitches over 4 inches, which was fine. I just used this. I think I just used the stitch count that matched that gauge. It took me like 3 tries to get this because I did the neckline wrong the first time, and then another time I think my gauge wasn't going to be what I wanted. I don't know. It took me at least 3 times. Yeah, so this is her Stellar colorway. I did not, what do I want to say? I didn't alternate skeins. I just did one and then the other. You can't really tell. What else do I have down for here? I used 193 grams. It fits. It's a little bit tight or like, it's not tight around the belly, but it's tighter than what I like. And it's kind of, it's not as long as I would like. So I will need 3 skeins of fingering weight if I want to do a long t-shirt in the future. But it's super cute. I love the V-neck because I don't like stuff. Like, even this is kind of, I want to pull it down. I don't like stuff on my neck. It's one of my pet peeves, I guess you could call it. But yeah, so super pretty. It's the first, no. My other two's the purple tin can knits. Love Note fits all right, and my office sweater fits well. I just hardly wear it. I don't know why, but so there's that. Okay. This is the last one. Okay. Again, did not make what I was gonna make with this yarn, what I said I was gonna make. So this is Madeline Tosh Farm Twist in the Iris colorway that I got last year at my local yarn store. It's much brighter than that in person. I said I was gonna make a shawl. I did not end up making that shawl. I was gonna do a tank top. I will show you a tank top. Where is it? This one. I was gonna make that tank top, and then my gauge was off, and I did the math wrong, so it was not gonna fit, and I was like, screw it. So I ripped it all out and made the Lull Shawl by Lisa Much. Again, these people's gauges are nuts, because I don't remember what the pattern calls for. I think it's a US 9. I think it's a US 9 or 10, and no, 13. I don't know. Whatever gauge it was, I ended up using a US 11 or whatever you got, needle. Because when I use the gauge, oh my gosh, I can't talk. When I use the needle that she recommends, it was way too loose. So I went down. I think I was either going to go down to an 8 or I was going to go down to a 10. I don't remember. Either way, I used a size 11. And I used almost all of the yarn. This is, where is it? Well, I had it. I had what I had left of it. Somewhere. Ah, I found it. This is all I have left. I did have a little more, but I used it for a provisional cast on for one of my whips that I'm working on. Yeah. This is all I had left. So I used most of it, which is what I wanted to do with this yarn. It's huge. I haven't blocked it. I don't think I will block it because it's so freaking big. When I bound off, I used, just because it goes so well and it's so cute, I bound off with mermaid's tail. Yeah. So this is the middle. You start in the middle, you knit it triangularly, and yeah. I don't think I'm gonna block it. It's big and squishy and soft, and Remy stole it a couple of times to use as a blanket. So, yeah. That concludes the whips that I've made in the last year. Sorry if I like keep looking over here because this is where I can see myself. Okay, so whips. I don't have very many of them. I don't know what to do first. I guess I'll do the biggest one first. Last year I got 3 advent calendars. I got 3. I'll show 2 of them. I haven't used them yet, but this one is, so this is the last one I got, and she had some left in the fall, I think early fall, and I don't know if I saw her on Instagram or I don't remember where I saw it, but it was the Daydreamers Advent colorway, and they were just my colors. They just were purples and blues, and I was just like, I want this. And so I got it. And I wasn't going to get the bag that comes with it, but Tori was like, get the bag. So I did. Yeah, so I'll show the blanket and then I'll show what came with the Advent. Yeah, so the blanket, I'm doing I didn't write it down. Cozy Comfort Throw by Homespun House, I think. I'm knitting it to pattern. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm almost done with it. I have 3 colors. My goal, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but my goal is to finish it before we move in August. That's my goal. I can do it. I could very easily do it, and I don't know if I will. Okay, so what I was gonna say, it outgrew my regular size sweater project bags, and I didn't know where I was gonna put it. And then I remembered that a few years ago I had wanted to get a tote bag, and I found this one. It was made for as a knitting project bag, but I used it as a tote bag. No, it wasn't a couple years ago. It was like 5 or 6 years ago because I used this when Remy was a baby. Anyway, yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, I could use this. So I did, and it almost is growing out of this one now. So, Daydreamers Advent, Cozy Comfort Throw for the, I guess, main color. I'm using Knit Picks Stroll. It's their berry yarn, but it has sparkles in it. There. Oh, yeah, you can see them. Sparkles. And this is the leftovers that I have. Oh, I'm not knitting this to pattern. I think my gauge is tighter than hers because like the first few stripes I did what she said, like 8 rows, but I'm fading it, so I would do, no, it was 7 rows. So oh my gosh, I'm making it a fade, so I do a certain number of rows, and then I do 2 rows of the other yarn, and then I do 1 row of the yarn that it was, and then yeah. Anyway, so I was doing 5 I can't talk, 10 rows, and then switching colors, and I was like, I have enough yarn to do another repeat, and I don't think this blanket is gonna be as big as I want it, so I do 12 rows. I'll show it. So it starts Oh gosh. Oh jeez, this is so big. It is going to be bigger than I thought. Because I was measuring my my repeats or whatever, stripes. And I was like, oh, if I multiply this by 24, it's only going to be this many inches. And now I'm like, I don't know what I did, but I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. Because this is going to be huge. And it's all tangled. Okay, there we go. So it starts. It's huge. Starts down here. Is this the right side? Yeah, I can. Ah! So I get the purples and the blues. Oh, so pretty. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. This is a good portion to do it. So I did 12 rows, and then I switched to the color that's coming up and did 2 rows, and then I went back to the color I just did and did 2 rows, and then switched and did 12 rows, etc. I actually like the wrong side better, because it looks more like a fade than the right side does. So it's huge. I have this section right here to finish. I think or did I? No. Okay. So yeah, I have done 3.5, so 7 rows there. Yeah, and I have 2 colorways after that, and I noticed she does 2 variegated and then 1 solid, and 2 variegated and 1 solid. So this is color 23, and this is going to be color 24. And the pattern, you bind off with an I-cord edge, and then you do an I-cord edge all the way around. And I wasn't sure what, because the yarn held double, right? So I wasn't sure what other color I was going to do. And then I was like, oh, I can just make a, what is it called, a magic ball or something, with all of the leftovers, and just use that as the second second strand. So I'm kind of excited about that, I think. Yeah, it'll be fun. So that is the yarn that came with that advent calendar. Now the other stuff. One of the things was this progress keeper, a little cloud. It's so cute. And then it came with this little, I'm not sure what you'd call it. I don't remember. It's a bowl that you can put stuff in, and it came with these. Oh, it's not gonna focus. Let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna focus. These stitch markers. The bag. There it is. This is the bag. Isn't that pretty? Inside, it's got these pockets in the middle. I don't know how I feel about that. And the zipper is kind of big and like very catchy, sort of. I haven't used it much. but it's really pretty. I think that's all that came with it. Pretty sure. Where did I put the thing? There it is. I love these. They're needle stoppers. They're from Clover, the brand. Most needle stoppers are like kind of like this, so you're just for one needle. But these are for both needles, and it's just so much easier, to me at least. I like them a lot. Okay. And, alright, this is I'm gonna do the smallest whip I have, which is like nothing. Literally almost nothing. To go along with that. So I have a lot of leftover yarn, right? And a lot of it has at least 50 grams. And I have a lot of minis. So I put together sock kits, sort of, like this. So I have the main color, and then I have what I would use for the heel, toes, and cuffs. Or cuffs and toes if there's not enough. This one that I put together is Earl Grey Fiber Co. I don't remember what the colorway is. I got it at the yarn store in Traverse City. I don't remember what it's called. I made coffee talk socks out of them, and they got holes. So I don't wear them, which is sad because they're really pretty. So I decided that I would make some more coffee talk socks. And I'm using, for the mini skein, sorry, it's like covered in needles. This, I don't remember what colorway it is. I think I put it in my Ravelry project. It is the Loving Path yarn. It was an 80/20. It's gonna be really cute. They're gonna be shorties, and they're gonna be coffee talk. I think I said that already. I've literally only started the first cuff because I've been focused on the whip I'm gonna talk about next. Here's it, this way. 64 stitch, 2.25 needle. I'm gonna do 15 rows of ribbing, and then I think I'm gonna do one pattern repeat and then start the heel. I'm gonna do the heel in the main color because I don't think there will be enough of this yarn to do heels, toes, and cuffs for both socks. So it's cute. It's living in an anomalous mind bag with all the needles, because I knit my socks 2 at a time. So, but I do it differently than other people do 2 at a time. I'll knit the cuff and then the other cuff and then some of the like the leg of the sock, and I'll go back and forth until I get to the heel, and then I'll knit, yeah. So that's how I do my socks. So I have 3 9-inch circulars and a 32-inch circular, so I can do, I'll have the socks onto the 9-inch circulars, and then I'll do the heel flap. Wait, why? No, I'll do the heel flap with this, and then when I go to pick up the stitches on the edge of the heel flap, I'll use the 3rd needle, and then I use this for the toe. Yes. I haven't worked on that much because I have been working on this. This is also a new bag that I got from Anomalous Mind. That's so cute. And so I bought this at some point. And then she made a bunch of stuff for the yarn show that I didn't go to this last time around. And she put the leftovers in her shop. And she doesn't often make notions pouches. So when I saw that she had notion pouches in her shop, I got a bunch of them because they are my favorite. So I have Menchie. Anyway, this is my love note. This is one of the few projects I actually used the yarn for the intended purpose. I will say I went and got an extra skein of each because I didn't know if I would have enough. I'm really glad I did because when I went on Spun's website, they only had one left of something. I don't remember if it was the mohair or the sock yarn, but they only had one left. What is this? Oh, there it is. Wait, is that what I don't know. Never mind. So I'm doing the yoke of the sweater and maybe the neckline. I don't know about the neckline. But the yoke of the sweater, at least, I did to pattern. So you cast down provisionally, and then you increase and do the lace. This thing is so soft. I am always worried that I will not have enough yarn to go back and do the sleeves after I finish the body. So what I did is I did the yoke, and then I knit the body until I ran out of yarn. This is how much I have left of that first skein of the Surrey, and this is how much I had left of the first skein of the sock yarn. I didn't write down what these yarns are. Whoops. One of them is Old Rusted Chair, but I don't remember. And one of them's Fibrous. Oh, okay. The sock yarn is Old Rusted Chair. I don't remember. Mystic. It's such a beautiful purple with speckles. Yeah, it's so pretty. I looked to see if they had this yarn in a DK weight so I could make a DK weight sweater with it, but they don't, which is a bummer, but it's fine. So so when I got to that, I went back. When I separated for the body and sleeves, I'd seen somewhere on Instagram, someone was like, oh, I do a provisional cast on and then knit those stitches and continue on the body. And I was like, that's genius, because then you don't have to pick up stitches and it just flows when you go and do the arm. So that's what I did. I picked up, the pattern says to do 7 stitches, and I picked up 9. And then when I went to unzip it, I guess is what you call it, it came back with 8. So the first one, I knit those 8, and then it looked like they were going to be really giant holes on the sides. This is the first one I did. So I picked up 2 more stitches. That hole's really small. Yeah, so I picked up 2 more stitches, so it ended up being 10 stitches. So the sleeve is 56 stitches in the round, like around. And then I knit 92 rows. So the pattern, I am not doing the sleeves from the pattern. I'm doing my own sleeves. And I'm basing the measurements off of one of the shirts that I have that I love. It's my favorite long sleeve shirt. And I saw another podcaster. She likes like big sleeves but small wrists. And I was like, I want to do that because I like that as well. So what I did is those 56 stitches. So when I got to where I wanted to do the cuffs, I went down. Okay, this is a funny story. So I'm pretty sure I'm on gauge. If I measure this not blocked, it's 18 stitches. So I'm pretty sure if I block it, it will go up to the 16 stitches. And with the 2 extra stitches I picked up, it's 56. And I'm using a size 8 needle. It calls for a size 10 in the pattern. And I'm getting gauge with the size 8. So whoever Tin Can Knits, whoever wrote the pattern, must have a super tight gauge. I don't know. Yeah. So knitting a size 8. I was going to go down to size 6 when I first did the cuff. I did it on the way to see Taylor Swift. And in the car, obviously in the car. So the first thing I tried was knit 1, knit 2 together all the way around. And then I did a few rows of the cuff and I decided it was going to be way too loose. So I tried something else. I knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 2 together all the way around until the last stitch, and then I just knit 1. And the next row, I did knit 1, purl 2 together, knit 1, purl 1 until the last 3 stitches, and knit 1, purl 2 together. So that got me down to 32 stitches, and then I just did a 1x1 rib for 18 more rounds. So the total of the cuff is, total rounds in the cuff is 20. This is the funny part. When I first did it, I used a size 6 needle, and I got these, the Chow Shorty sets. This is the size 9 to 11 and a half. Yeah, no, 9 to 11, because it's 9, 10 and a half, 10 and 11. And this is size 4 to 8. So what I do to make it easier to knit in the round on the left hand, I use a smaller needle. And I use the needle that I want to use to get gauge in my right hand. So I was, in my right hand, I had a 6, and in my left hand, I had a 5. And then I went back and ripped it out. And when I started the cuff again, I accidentally switched them. Somehow. So I ended up using a 5. And somehow I had a 4. And the other, I don't know. But it worked. So, yeah. So it's a little bit tight. Where is it? Yeah. But it'll block out. It's gonna be so great. And I used Lori's Twisty Bind Off, I think, which makes our extra twisty bind off. I have a link to it in my Ravelry notes. So it's kind of a tight bind off, because what you do is you twist the stitch before you knit it and then bind up. Anyway, So it makes it a little bit tight, which I like because I feel like it's not gonna stretch out when I'm wearing it, or it doesn't flare, as you can see. And it will block out a little bigger. So those are the sleeves. And then I went back, while I was in the middle of this sleeve, I went back and picked up the stitches for the neckband, so that when I tried on, it actually, like, it'll be better. I don't know how to say it. It will be easier for me to figure out where the sweater is actually going to lay and how long it will be when I do the body. I was a little bit worried this was going to be too tight, and it's not, and it will block out more, so that's great. And now I am almost, I'm almost done. I just have I've started the cuff for this sleeve, and then I'm going to go back and finish the body. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it long, and then I'm going to do a split hem, because that favorite shirt I was talking about it's kind of long and it has a split hem. And I'm really excited. I think I'm going to love this sweater, because I have tried it on a little bit, and I can tell, because when I try it on, the back of it kind of sits away from my back. So I know it's going to be nice and loose, and it's going to be soft, and the sleeves are just, I'm so excited. I could probably finish it in the next week and a half. And I have plenty of yarn, like, left. I have this much left from the sleeves that I'm knitting. And then I have these are the third skeins. And I used a little bit of them to go back and do the neckline. So all of this I can use for the body. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it. I might have a little bit left over that I can make something with this. But yeah. So that's exciting. I'm so excited. It'll be so nice and warm and cozy and soft, and I love it. I love it. Yes. So, yeah. Yay. All right. Well, I'll deal with that later. Okay, so that is all my finished objects, whips, some of my acquisitions. Okay. There's a lot. I'll try to go fast because it's already an hour in. Okay. Let's do yarn first. Yarn / dream knitting. Q knitting, I don't know. This is one of the other advent calendars I got. I got the Smash Knits advent calendar again, but this time I got the DK version. I haven't used them yet. These, I can't remember. I think I'm gonna do cowls with them. Tori picked out 3, I picked out 3, and Remy picked out 3. I don't remember what I'm gonna make with them. Yeah. But something. I think cowls. I think. And then this is the remaining colors. Yeah. What else? The other things that came with that were, where'd they go? Where'd the other one go? I don't know. This darning needle case with some needles. That's a fun sound. These needle stoppers. And these stitch markers. The Velveteen Rabbit. Oh geez. Okay. Okay. And then I got, oh, this is gonna make a lot of noise, sorry. I have this. This is all yarn. So, it is buried in here. Ugh. Okay. Spun Right Rounds. Fade Advent in sock yarn. That's it. I didn't get any advent calendars this year because I didn't feel like it, because I have a ton of minis and I haven't done anything with this. So I think I'm gonna make the Habitation Throw by Curious Handmade during Advent with this instead of getting a new one. It has some really pretty colors in here. The extras that came with that Advent. Oh, this also came with Smash Knits. A yarn cozy, I think that's what it's called. Okay. This stitch marker came with a Spun Right Round. And these knitting cords. It says pop onto needle tip, transfer stitches. Ta-da, you've got a flexible stitch holder. I will probably never use these because I use interchangeable needles for pretty much everything, and so I just do, because with ChiaoGoo, it comes, ChiaoGoo, whatever, it comes with a little, I don't know what you call it, but you can put it at the end of a cable and then add another needle or another cable to it. So I just do that so that I can fit it over my head and I don't have to take it off my cable needle or cables and then put it back on, and yeah, so I probably never use these. I don't remember if these yarn bobbins came with the Smash Knits or the Spun Right Round. I don't remember. I'm not sure exactly what you do with the yarn bobbin. So, I don't know. And that's what's left of the Advents. Okay, let's do bags. I also, when I ordered Notions pouches from Anomalous Mind, I got this one. That's so cute. And this one, which goes with another project bag from her that I have. And I got this. I don't know. I also got a Notions pouch that matches this too, but I don't know where it went. I don't know. It's somewhere around here because it's in one of my project bags. Okay, continuing. I don't remember who it's from, but that same podcaster who mentioned what she does with her sweater sleeves. showed some stitch marker sets, and they were really pretty. So I went to the maker's website and got some of them. I think I got 2 pinks and 2 purples sets, so. And there's a purple one, but I gave one of them away and the other one is on my love note. I also got these because when I was working on my blanket, I had it on a really long cable and it was too long and it was like, eh. So I got these things that you're supposed to be able to put on your cable and like smush your stitches up and it'll stop them from moving. I don't think they work very well, but I've been using them. I put the blanket on a smaller needle cable, smaller cable, so that helped, but I don't think these work as well as they're supposed to. And then I ordered yarn from Sweet Tea Yarns, and I ordered a couple of notions from her as well. Project Keeper, Progress Keepers. I don't know if I'll ever use them, but that was. Oh, it was, they came as sets. That's what it was. Okay, so these 2, so cute. And then these 2. Yeah, so then the yarn I ordered from her was this. This is, oh, there's more that I ordered from her. Where'd it go? Oh boy, there it is. So this is in her sweet sock base, and it is lavender icing. I was gonna make a t-shirt or a tank top with these, and I think I still want to, but they're so different. And what I mean by that is one is darker than the other. You can kind of tell. So even if I alternated skeins, I feel like it would still look like it was striping. So I might do something else. I don't know. Yeah, because it would still look like it was striping. Even if I did the helical knitting, I feel like it still would. So I don't know. It's a really pretty color. But. And then I got 2 of these. I'm not sure. I think I want to do a hat cowl mitt combo. There's 480 yards because I got 2 of them. It's this purple with these. Oh yeah, it's her Darling DK. 240 yards. And the lavender Earl Grey. So it's got dark gray and brown speckles, and it's pretty. But you could do a cable hat. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if there's enough to do hats and a cowl or a hat and a cowl and mittens, or even fingerless mitts. I don't know. All right. So next, the Just Pulling Around color, the Balahoya color that I made that stuff with, used it in this and for my niece. I really like. I really, really like. So I ordered 3 skeins. From, I think, the Lavina shop. to make a sweater. I don't know. Well, I was looking at my queue on Ravelry, and I noticed that one of them says to use this yarn. Which one? And I don't remember doing that, but I think it would be beautiful, and I probably will. So, because it's just got a little bit of lace on the shoulders, and the rest of it's just stockinette. I think I will. It's, yeah. So I have 3 skeins, which is 1,200 yards. And yeah. So this is what it looks like caked up. Continuing on. So, where is it? Yeah, this. This is the tank top I was talking earlier about that I used that, or started to use that Mad Tash Farm twist, and my gauge was off, etc., etc. I still wanted to make this tank. So I looked at the yarn that it actually called for, and they had it in a purple. They didn't have it at Joann's. They didn't have it at Michael's. The only place they had it was at my local Meijer. So when Tori went to the store, I had him get 4 skeins of it. It's upside down. So I could make it. It's kind of shimmery. And it says it's DK, but it looks like a fingering weight to me. So we'll see. Because that does not look like a DK. Whatever. Yeah. So that'll be cute. Okay. The Heathered Handmaids did a pre-order for some of the colorways in her advent. So I got 2 of these. She called them Lost in Thought, and her standard sock. I'm gonna make a tank top. So pretty. And I got that one. Where is that? There it is. 2 of these in her standard sock. This is Dreamer. It's a purple. I'm gonna make another tank top. My hope is to make the racerback, the Breeze Racerback by Jessie Made Designs, with both of them. So I'd have 2. And what else did I get? I got Dreamer. Where is it? And her cashmere sock base. And I ordered, again, influenced by her color choices, like color combos that she posted. I got her Surrey Silk and her Wisteria colorway. So I'm gonna hold these together and make a hat and something else. I don't know if it'll be a cowl or mittens. But yeah, it's gonna be so soft. Cashmere and Surrey Silk. It's gonna be so yummy. That was what I got for that? Okay. Continuing. So when I got this yarn to make something for my niece for Christmas. I got 2 skeins of it. And when it came, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was close enough to what? Because see, it's not close. So I got 2 skeins of it. And then I was thinking, I was like, I'll just make her something for next Christmas with it. So I think, remember, I think it was last time I showed that purple shawl that I made with all the different textures, I think I'm gonna make that with this. I'm gonna make, okay. My other niece, like I said, her favorite color is lime. And when I ordered the 3 skeins of this, they sent me a sample card with the summer colors for Ba yarns, and one of those was a perfect lime green. So I ordered 2 of those, and I'm gonna make the same shawl for my other niece. Yeah, because I already made them like hats, and like I don't want to keep giving them hats. So yeah, so that was that one. And remember that mini skein last year, the craftily dyed one, the winter chill set? I ordered the full size. So, yeah, my goal is to make the city limits sweater. I think I'll have enough yarn, especially because I have that mini skein set. Yeah. And I don't remember if I talked about this, but last time I had a bid day at some point last year, and Tori said I could get yarn. So I did. And this is some of that yarn. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I got 3 skeins of this because it's so pretty. It's like grays and purples and blues. Not sure what I'm gonna make. I was gonna make a tank top with it, but I don't know that I have enough yardage. So maybe I'll look back into using or making that shawl with this yarn that I was originally gonna make with this yarn. We'll see. This is Spruce Decay in the Juniper Berries colorway by Evergreen Fiberworks. Oh, I've been doing a bang up job telling you what yarn stores these are. This is craftily dyed yarn. So is that winter chill set. Alright, I'm almost done, guys, I promise. This is another one, Lupine, in their hemlock sock. I don't know what I'm gonna make with this, but it's beautiful. I love this color purple. I got these 2 sock sets. Hemlock sock, Bitsy sock set. This is the Stargazing. It's this pretty blue with this light gray. And this is the Whispers and Secrets. This is a grayish, pinkish, with a light pink mini. And last one, being influenced again by Woven Arts Instagram. Yep. She apparently Ba La Jolla or Ba Yarn made a colorway specifically for woven art. It's the Michigan State Green, like that. It's a little bit, oh, there we go, sort of like that. And they posted it with this yarn by Madeline Tosh. It's Tosh sock in the antler colorway. And this is Into the Woods, Ba La Jolla. They posted this together. So I was like, well, dang it. Because I've been wanting to make a Michigan State colored shawl. I was like, well, that's perfect. Gosh freaking dang it. So I kind of want to make the Emiliana by Lisa Haynes. Wouldn't that be so pretty? That would be so pretty. So we'll see. It's it looks like it's very intricate color work, and it's not. It's just slipped stitches. I don't remember what that's called. I don't remember. But yeah. So, I think that is everything. No, it's not. I think I have one more thing. Yeah. I got a Sandy by the Lake side tote bag. I was randomly on Instagram, and I saw she was having a pre-order. And I was like, well, I've kind of like wanted one of these for a while. So and she had a purple one. A black plum. I haven't used it a whole lot. But I like it. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm done. Oh, it's been an hour and a half. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I may or may not do notes. Maybe. If I do, they'll be either down below or on the Woolly Anecdotes blog. I have an Instagram, same name, Woolly Anecdotes, but I'm never on it. And I took it off my phone, so I don't buy yarn because we bought a house. I did buy yarn though for my anniversary. Like, I bought 2 sweaters worth. Anyway. Yeah. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't, there are other podcasts. I may or may not be back. Who knows? Bye.